Hey guys, Anime Core 5 here. I know this. I know typically I wouldn't be making a anime gaming rant video, but I decided to do it, and I decided to do a rant thing on Steller Blade, and I'm not sure why the game is so laggy, but anyways, regarding with Steller Blade, so I know the game is coming out for PlayStation 5, and I have a lot to say about Steller Blade. I'm looking forward to playing. Well, I'm hoping the game comes to PC sometime soon because I think it's really cool. And Shift Up did a really good job of kicking out a couple of feminists. Now, for those who are not aware of what's going on, there's a lot of people over on the internet, like Twitter and various others, who have such a freaking goddamn problem with games featuring a skinny to average looking woman who looks incredibly beautiful and the character is actually after a model. Was created after a model. And it was a Korean chick. Maybe if I can find it, I'll probably post it in this video. If not, well, you can probably find multiple of it over on Google and many others. And I believe Shift Up is also responsible for making games like I think was it something with Nikkei involved. So there you go. And yeah, there's a lot of things honestly that Steller Blade did right. I mean, well, one is it's giving the gamers what they want because that's the whole entire point of that's the whole point of video games. Video games are not video games are all about creativity, having the ability to create something that you designed and that you want the world to see. Okay, and it's not okay for someone like a feminist to tell the developer or the person who's trying to create the game like what to do. Like, this character is way too overly sexualized. It needs to be watered down. It cannot look super amazing and sexualized and such. But why? Because if you think about it, if you go outside every day, okay, if you go outside, let's say you need to do some shopping. Maybe you go over to Safeway or you go over to Target or whatever it is in terms of your closest retail store. You run in, you walk in, and the second you walk in, you see thousands of thousands of women that are either are married or are single, and they range from skinny to average, and some that look petite and stuff like that. That's the whole point. Video games are all about, the power of creativity. It's up to the developer about what he or she wants to create, okay? And even the studio themselves. Like, literally, if you look at the way how Crystal Dynamics recently I think they made it a new version of Lara Croft for another remaster for Tomb Raider. She does not look really beautiful and pretty and everything. Okay, seriously, there are loads of female gamers that love looking at really sexy attractive women because the U.S. even amongst the populace in other countries, they love looking at other women. I mean, guys admire it, women do, and one thing that women love to do is they love to compare breast sizes. That's just how it is. I'm not denying it. It's true. I mean, think about it this way, okay? If you played Treasure Cold Steel, which is a really cool, awesome game, highly recommend you guys should play it if you guys are really you guys like a game like Kingdom Hearts or well, not Kingdom Hearts, but I guess sort of similar to Kingdom Hearts or you guys like other typical JRPGs. A lot of those games feature a really, really cool, awesome, sexy, sexy women. I mean, when I look at one of the characters, I think her name, she goes by, I think, Laura. She looks, she looks really pretty. I mean, she comes from a rich family. I mean, her father is like what, like the vizier or the visor or whatever it's called. Yeah, he's a creative mindset of a person, and it's incredible. And you can't deny that, seeing a game like that is truly amazing. And yeah, I mean, in pretty much most of everything of what's going on, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening. I mean, and we need more games to feature awesome, sexy female characters, sexy waifus, because fan service is king. That's what the world runs on, is fan service. And yeah, and in general, that's just the way how it is. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, that's the whole entire thing. I mean, you can't really, I mean, as much as people, want to throw so much shade at video games, it's just, I mean, throw so much shade at developers that they're showing some really, really awesome sexiness. I'm sorry, nothing is gonna change like that, because that's what us American and people in general want. We like that shit. It's awesome. It's glorious, and overall, it's a lot of fun. I mean, like, literally, and there are thousands and thousands of different games, um, that really are really cool. And I mean, if you take a game like Honey Pop, for example, that game features some really cool, awesome, sexy women that are really like interesting and yeah, interesting, really cool. Um, there are actually a few cool, awesome waifus within the game that are absolutely amazing. And then and if you look back at the old title games from the early 2000s to 2010s, there were a lot of incredible games back then. I mean, what? I mean, like you had games like there was like Dead or Alive 5, and actually I believe there is actually some nude mods actually that you can actually add in the game. Because, and back then from what I was told is that in the old days a lot of games feature a lot of boob physics, and hey, I appreciate boobs. I like boobs. I mean, hell, I mean, even like when I'm at work, I always see I always see one of my coworkers who looks really, 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 really sexy. I mean, she does. I mean, she's though, of course, she doesn't have quite the though she's not really, really, really much into video games, nor does she enjoy anything. But at least it's okay. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, I mean, she's kind of cool, even though granted she doesn't really talk to me much. But hey, she's cool. And yeah, overall, I mean, video games are all about games should feature some creativity, and no one has the right to say, oh, you can't enjoy this game that features some sexy nudity and whatnot. No, it's America. America was found by the founding fathers, and the founding fathers, one of the amendments was basically freedom of speech. Everybody here in America, the common thing is that everything is run under freedom of speech, meaning that you have the freedom to voice your own opinions. You have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want, as long as it doesn't involve trying to kill someone or anything. And even if you don't agree with their opinions, at least you should just respect their opinions, okay? I respect anybody. Okay, if you like the remake for Final Fantasy VII, okay, if you like that whole entire cool awesome aspect of realism within that, okay, cool. But I personally don't because, well, one is the game is censored. The game really is. I mean, minus the overall graphic quality. That's pretty much about it. Like literally, that's pretty much about it. Like I don't know what else to even say. And then everything else, I heard that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth got censored. No surprise there. And then what else got? There's a whole bunch of games out there that got censored. I mean, even Persona 5 Reload, it also got censored. And there are a lot of AAA games that are really really like being censored to hell. Like literally, like there being a lot of AAA games now. They come out buggy, they come out glitchy, they come out they're supposed to be being amazing immersive experiences, but they really aren't, because if you think about it, a lot of them always end up something going completely wrong. Like literally in the remake, they degraded Tifa's boobs. Her boobs are a lot more bigger in the typical Final Fantasy VII. Because hey, a lot of guys love big boobs. I do. I love big boobs, and I don't mind small boobs either. I appreciate small boobs, and I like big boobs. That's the type of person I like. I mean, that's the type of guy I am. I mean, hell, I even love multiple skinny to average looking women. Like literally. I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind screwing any type of woman, whether well, as long as she's not overweight. If she's overweight, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna ever sleep with a woman who's overweight. But if there's one that's like, let's say she's skinny average looking, she has or let's say she's probably also a MILF as well, then I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I'm totally open to it. As long as that particular woman looks beautiful and such, hey, I'm all for it. And if you have a different set of opinions than I do, and you don't like that, well, hey, that's your opinion. You don't have to agree with me on everything. Same thing how I follow one YouTube creator who's somehow some of his opinions I don't completely agree with, whether it's related to politics or in gaming. But his whole thing is that if a game doesn't feature any boob physics, then he's not going to play it. But to me, that's not boob physics aren't everything. It really isn't. It's just a way of making giving you the option to having your female character look sexy or not. That's it. But yeah, anyways, that about pretty much the whole thing covers it. I feel like a lot of games moving forward need to start featuring a lot of sexiness. I would love to have games feature a lot of really really cool, awesome, sexy women that look cool. Hell, if you look at Yuna from Final Fantasy X, she looks cool. Though of course it doesn't show her that with her amazing boots, but at least hey, it's a portray of what an actual woman looks like. There's other games you can look at, like Shion Shion from Tales of Rise, Magulu from Berseria, same thing with Velvet Crow. Let me see, who else? Elise from Trails of Cold Steel. there's a whole bunch of great games out there that they can use for great examples. Even some of the characters from like Peach Beat Splash as well. And I feel like I feel this whole entire thing with DEI, it needs to go away. It does. Cuz my moral high ground is I don't appreciate DEI. I find that one is DEI is degrading. It's degrading to who people are, and it's degrading to the people that actually like what they like. I mean, personally, I just I don't approve of DEI. And I mean, if I think about it, okay, at Target, you want to know the most main demographic that Target seems to hire the most, and it's not Caucasians, it's not blacks, it's definitely not the Asians, it's the Hispanics. Basically, anyone who comes from a Hispanic religion. So that requires like people from Puerto Rico, Mexico, all sorts, those type of people. And yes, about I don't know. Let's see, the average about for the amount of black people that the Target hires is about I think roughly about I think 20 to 30%. So like they're second on the line, and then I think it's like 10% of Asians, and then I think 20% of Caucasians. So there you go. And DEI should not be involved into anything, because if you are part of a company, okay, let's say your Target, your Safeway or Walmart or wherever. When it comes to the hiring process, or when it comes to posting a job on sites like Indeed or others, your main purpose should be to be talking about what does the job entail, what's the whole job description, explain what you are. The first thing, and I've noticed this multiple times when I'm job searching on Indeed, is that I'm seeing a lot of them mention, first thing on the description is they mention DEI. It's like, oh, so we are diversity, equity, inclusion, and such. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you need to put that there? You just need to say, okay, we are a company. We're looking for someone who has some experience in customer service, who can help run, who can help out guests and customers with all their needs and what they're looking for and such. Here are the responsibilities that are going to be given. Here's the link for you to sign up and post your resume. And that's it. There's no reason why you need to actually put DEI in the first place when it comes to posting a job. It's really not necessary. And I'm so incredibly sick of seeing a lot of companies do that. It's degrading. It's degrading to a lot of people. I'm sorry. It's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. I look at DEI as kind of like critical race theory, where it's like basically you're criticizing a person based on their skin color. You're not you're not hiring people because of because of their skill. You're hiring them based on their skin color. Like they want people of color to be running the machines. I mean, let's look at it this way. In gaming, you have a whole bunch of people that either work for this random ass company who I've never heard of called Sweet Inc. And apparently they're the ones that they'll help out a lot in their whole hiring process situation. And honestly, I think it's stupid, because companies should be the ones who should be making the games, and it should be up to the developers. The developers are the ones that create the games. Okay, the designers are the ones that also help out the developers, but the designers are usually like the type of people that really that do the designing for all sorts of characters, and the developers are the ones that do like a lot of the coding and some of the stuff there. Now, I'm not an expert in being a game developer. I'm not a developer. I know absolutely nothing about developing games, but I at least have a fair bit of knowledge. Okay, I have a fair bit of knowledge, and I'm totally, I stand with, the developers should be the one to, create the characters, and the feminists and the activists have no right into telling the developer, hey, you know what, we need to censor this character because this character is not good. I mean, like hell. I mean, I even remember watching. Yeah, I was over on, I think, Griffin Gaming Clips. I remember he was showing a video where like this guy named, I think, Kareem Javon. He went down to New York City, and he was like, trying to get people's going up to, to the normies and telling them, what's your opinion based on this character, Steller Blade. And yeah, a lot of it was just, yeah, it was terrible. Like one of the guys he was trying to interview, like his whole entire stance is, oh well, well, let's see, how do you say it? He said it was, oh well, this does not line up to the beauty standards and such. I'm like, and in my mind, I'm kind of like, dude, do you not even know like what you like, what you're actually saying, literally? Because a lot of there's a difference between reality and fiction, okay? And I feel like a lot of people are missing the mark, okay? We have a lot of people who are from like Gen I think what like Gen Alpha and Gen Z who really don't understand that the fact is that when it comes to creating games and experiences and creating all sorts of things, that really there is no such things as, as fake beauty standards or whatever. The main beauty standard is basically average to, I mean, skinny to average looking. That's basically what the main majority of what the female beauty standard should be. Because there are some guys out there that do like overweight women. I'm not denying that, but overweight women to me is actually disgusting. It's gross. It's like basically looking at a big gigantic tub of lard. That's what it is. I'm sorry. It's like, you're looking at a big tub of lard. You're not even like really remotely, looking at things like you're not really, looking at a girl and going after a woman with a good sense of beauty. No, you're literally like, who wants to make out with a freaking gigantic tub of lard? I don't want to make out with a big tub of lard. No. That's like basically like having like as if like, you want to get laid to Peter Griffin. No. If I had a Family Guy character to get laid with, it probably would be Meg Griffin or Lois. Those are the type of people who I would want to get laid with, honestly. Or even Leela from Futurama, or even Kairi from Kingdom Hearts, or maybe Elisa from Treasure Cold Steel, or maybe Magilu. Those are the type of women that I want to get laid to, because those are the types I respect. So yes. So the whole thing here is that Steller Blade is going to be a massive success. It's going to probably most likely come out on PC as well, because, and I feel like Shift Up took the wrong format of putting their game first on PlayStation, when they could have just put the game directly on when they could have just put the game directly just on PC. They could have just made it like a PC only title. And because, I mean, the vast majority of gamers are now like, most of them are turning their backs on PlayStation, and they're going full PC. That or Xbox. Because, I mean, what else is there? I mean, like, does PlayStation even care about like their, do they even care about, what gamers want? Not really. They make a whole bunch of games that are censored and buggy and such. I mean, hell, I even actually remember hearing how, I think, like, what was it? The God of War Ragnarok, I mean, it's a decent game, but not quite as up to standards as what the first God of War was. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to be said there. Okay, there's a lot, but you guys are welcome to voice your own opinions in the comment section down below. I will just say that I do not approve of anything really. I do not approve of what goes on in this current day and age of gaming because I think it's stupid, it's dumb, it's just there's no point. Like literally, I don't appreciate modern day gaming for what it is. I don't, and I don't appreciate any man who says, this game is definitely too over sexualized. Bullshit. It's not over sexualized at all. Women love this shit. Like seriously. I mean, I've been to so many different anime conventions. Well, I mean, I went to the Level Up conventions, and you know what I saw there? I saw women like literally they buy definitely some really cool awesome sexy hentai because that's that's basically like what women want it. I mean what people tend to buy. There were a whole bunch of hentai posters. I mean, hell, I even got some from the convention. I mean, I really want to go to the Level Up convention this year, but due to money issues, I kind of feel like I can't. Maybe next year, or if I end up like having a new job, that'll fix everything. But yeah, in general, games are all about it's I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and I feel I mean, and I do know that Western gaming market is slowly recovering. It's not quite up to like the typical standards of what the West currently needs right now because there are still some woke activists still running these companies and creating games, and plus Sweet Baby Inc. really should not have ties to any of these developers whatsoever. And yeah, I mean, the whole entire thing is run by woke, and in order for things to get better, we need to first eliminate the woke, and then of course go from there. I mean, hell, I mean, no one's gonna trust Square Enix after everything that's happened. Some gamers will. Some gamers will just will give Square Enix a second chance, but I don't think that's gonna happen. And then of course you also have to deal with the whole thing with streaming, and that's another issue that's gonna happen that's going on right now. So yeah, there's quite a lot to take in from everything. But yes, anyways, I think I've done enough ranting talking about all this. So yeah, feel free to leave your voices in the comment section down below. Give the video a like if you liked it. Feel free to share us around the net. Feel free to post it on Twitter and other stuff and everything. And yes, and if you clearly disagree with me about the whole thing, just note if you clearly disagree with me about how the modern woman should not look skinny and beautiful and such, then basically it's your loss because you are dead wrong, my friend. You are dead wrong because it's been proven. It's true. Games should feature sexy women, and it should be up to the developer to create whatever he wants. The feminists have no right to tell the developer what he or she cannot put in the game. That's not right. It's wrong, and in every sense of the word. Okay, I mean, hell, if you look at Hogwarts Legacy, that game did so well, but of course a lot of the wokies did not like that, and they wanted it canceled, blacklisted, and they even had it banned from from winning awards, like at the Game Awards. It actually could have actually gotten a lot of awards if people just had put it to a vote, because I mean, now Power World is also another great game, and I know like a lot of the wokies don't appreciate it because they think it's like they just don't like a game being successful, and I don't know why. But yes, anyways, again, as I said, feel free to leave your likes, comments down below, and all that goodness, alright? And yeah, look forward to seeing another Let's Play for Sonic Adventures Director's Cut probably next week. And I'm hoping eventually I'll get a new job sometime soon, because obviously the way how my current living situation is, it's not going very well. But yes, I'll see you guys then. This is AnimeCore 5, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.